Morning, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, and other local agencies are investigating the shooting right near the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention headquarters. Investigators say the shooter is dead and the 92 children who had to shelter in place during the violence are safe. We have team coverage this morning with Atlanta News First reporter Sarah Hammond live at the DeKalb County Police headquarters. But we start with Atlanta News First anchor Rick Fallbaum live outside of the CDC. And Rick, there are several officers on scene as the DeKalb County Police Department mourns the loss of one of their own.
That's right, Megan. And up until about 20 minutes or so ago, this was a very active scene with police, as you said, here probably about a half a dozen or so police vehicles. They have now cleared away, and it's quiet here on Clifton Road. But this is where the action took place yesterday. We are just across the street from the entrance to the CDC. Over here to my left, and then over here to my right is the CVS, where a lot of this took place. Again, the police have left here. The scene is quiet. There is no threat to the community, but that was not the case yesterday afternoon, of course, while all of this was going down. When a man arrived here, he had multiple weapons and began firing at the CDC's building number 21. That's according to eyewitnesses. Shooting sounds were captured by people's cell phones and video cameras in this very busy area. Emory University, which is right here again, adjacent to this campus, sent emergency messages to students and staff telling everybody that they should stay in place, that a lockdown was being put in place, and there was an exchange of gunfire between police and the suspect, which is apparently when a DeKalb officer, David Rose, was struck. Officer Rose was killed. The suspect would be found on the second floor of the CVS. He was also dead, though it's unclear if he was shot by police or he shot himself. And again, once that lockdown was lifted, you talked about all of those parents and those kids at the daycare. They were all reunited, and we heard from one mom.
I think we're fortunate in that, the casualties were limited, more limited than they could have been. But the Clifton School in this community is really tight-knit, and so I think we will figure out our way forward.
Now, there are reports the shooter was targeting the CDC because he blamed the agency for health problems that he had after getting a COVID-19 vaccine, but Atlanta News First has not been able to confirm that. What we do know, though, is that for the second time in less than a week, someone has used a gun to commit acts of violence here in Metro Atlanta and in the state of Georgia. It was just on Wednesday when five service members were shot by a fellow soldier at Fort Stewart outside of Savannah. And then, of course, yesterday, the shooting here that took the life of a DeKalb County police officer, a brave man who was just serving his community, shot down in the line of duty. We want to cover that part of the story now. And Atlanta News First Sarah Hammond is live from DeKalb County Police headquarters, where there is mourning going on today for the loss of this fallen officer, Sarah.
That's right. That shooting last night claimed the life of DeKalb County Police Officer David Rose. He was responding to that call of a reported active shooter when he was killed. The 33-year-old joined the DeKalb County Police Academy in September of last year and graduated this past March. Before joining the DeKalb County Police Department, Officer Rose served as a Marine for 4 years, which included a deployment to Afghanistan. The department says his life was defined by service, both to his country and to the people of DeKalb County. Now, flags around the county will be lowered to half-staff today to honor Officer Rose, who leaves behind a wife and 3 children.
Today is a very dark day in DeKalb County as we stand before you during the loss of one of our beloved officers. This evening, there is a wife without a husband. There are 3 children, one unborn without a father. There is a mother and a father, as well as siblings, who also share in this traumatic loss.
Now, details about funeral services will be released at a later date as Officer Rose's family and the DeKalb County Police Department continue to mourn his death as he responded to that scene yesterday. A response from law enforcement that Atlanta police say surely saved the lives of civilians in this active shooter situation. Live from the DeKalb County Police Department, Sarah Hammond for Atlanta News First.
All right, Sarah, thanks very much. Of course, a lot of questions that need to be answered this morning. We're hoping to get more information, obviously. Lawmakers from all over the state and all over the country responding and reacting, Megan, to this news of the violence yesterday. And we know you're going to cover that part of the story. So that's it for now from here at the scene. Back to you in the studio.
Yes, Rick, we have some of those statements right now. Governor Brian Kemp issued a statement last night after that shooting, saying in part, quote, "Twice this week, deranged criminals have targeted innocent Georgians. Each time, brave first responders rush toward the danger to subdue the shooter and save lives, reminding us of just how crucial they are. We ask that you join us in holding them in our prayers, along with those harmed this evening near the CDC Center." Senator Raphael Warnock also weighing in, saying in part, "I'm devastated that our community is facing yet another tragedy of gun violence." Download the free Atlanta News First app for all of the developing updates as we learn more about this shooting. As Rick mentioned, still a lot to learn this weekend. We will send those updates directly to your phone when you download that free Atlanta News First app.